Welcome to Shorty SuperCoach and welcome to my press conference. It was a pretty good week for Shorty, a very good week, mainly because it was a tough week for everyone else. This round proved very difficult for many, and look, I'd love to say it was a stroke of genius by planning, but it was a little bit of planning, but also just a little bit of how it fell for me. I honestly got a tad lucky in the fact that my balance of players, a little bit of smart trading over the last month, but more or less a bit of fortune. I was hearing people having 12 on the field, 14 on the field, really struggling. I ended up I think I had 18 in the end. Obviously I had some guys not scoring many points, like Ryan Gardner and Parker and things like that, but they were just bonuses in the end. Anything they scored was probably a bit more than anyone else. Now, how did it all end up? Pretty nice, 1866. And it was a bit of a moving day for me. It really brought me up the rankings back to where I'd like to be, right up inside that top 2,000, and that's a season-high rank for me. If you listen to this channel each week, I wanted to end the buy periods somewhere in the 3,000th, which would have seen me moving back up and within striking distance of the top 2,000. If I can just navigate this weekend reasonably well, I will have gone beyond that goal. So really, really pleased. I was pretty stoked to see that score. The buys can hurt you or they can help you. And at the moment, I'm being helped. So how did it all pan out? Look, I traded in Zach Williams for Marty Hoare. I wanted to be a bit aggressive. I wanted to get him in. I wanted to take advantage of, I know Williams has the buy now, but I thought, let's pull that trigger, and it proved a really, really good move. Laird was great. Sicily, really good second half once he went back to where he should be playing after the first half in the forward line. Dersma was solid, as was Naish. And then VC was Fife, 129. And again, I would have taken a few points off some others, given Cripps only scored 78. So, I pulled that trigger as well, put Skipper on Hayes. And then just some big numbers in McRae, Canelio. Crouch was just serviceable. Gibbons was really poor. That was a tad disappointing. I just would have liked a 50 or a 60. I know it's minor, but just for the points and just to get him up beyond 310,000, but that's okay. Can't be too greedy. And the big winner was Riley O'Brien, 180. I mean, just that's been my best trade all year. To bring him in from the rookie who I had on the bench that was never going to play, spending that, I think it was 37K at the time, has proven to be the best money I've spent all season. Not only has he just boomed in price and is going to allow me to, basically get an extra upgrade from one downgrade, when he was required to actually come into my field, he scores an enormous score. Again, it's a bit lucky, but you take it because you feel like you have a bit of bad luck in SuperCoach over the journey. Goldstein was just okay, and I've got some interesting thoughts on him in a minute. And the forward line was hit hardest, but, Boak, Daniel, really good. Setterfield played quite well, and these two boys obviously struggled. But just looking on here, as I sort of take a focus towards this week, and we'll have to just see on the teams how they pan out, but I'll give you a little insight into what I'm thinking in a minute. I would love Hayes to come in. He wasn't named in the best, so in the VFL, so I'd say be doubtful. He just kicked a goal, that was all. Libba going out maybe gives him an opportunity, but they're different players, so the midfield is the danger area at the minute. So, look, I really need Answorth to get picked, keep his spot. I really need Gardner to keep his spot. And I'll tell you why in a second. Look, I would love Hayes to get picked as well, but at the minute, I think Answorth will keep his spot. I think Gardner will get dropped. But look, say working on that basis, we'll have 1, 0, 2, 3, 4, 5, So we'll be one down. We'll be playing with 17. Not a disaster, but I'd love to get to 18. A few thoughts. If Hayes isn't picked, there is a thought that I could trade a mid-forward that isn't necessarily playing, but I think he'll play throughout the season. And therefore I can just swap him with, say, Tim Kelly. Kelly goes in the midfield, and Gardner, providing he gets picked, comes onto the ground. So that could bring me back up to 18, because I could have the ironic situation of having 3 zeros in the midfield, but one player on the bench in my forward line. Probably want to avoid that. But at the minute, I'm probably going to try and change things up. Given I feel Gardner will be dropped, I am thinking, look, perfect world, Gardner keeps his spot. It's honestly fairly important that he does, because I could trade Parker, who's peaked, 250k. It's his second highest price of the year. Break even's around 60. I could trade Parker down to a 102k rookie. Doesn't have to be playing. We'll see how we go. And then I could actually trade up Goldstein to Gawn, which is something I want to do. Bit of a luxury trade. I was going to do it last, but I might be able to do it first. So, in essence, the main trigger point on that is allowing 207k to go from Gibbons to Rory Sloane, which I will be able to do given I have a couple of moves I can make. And then Riley O'Brien, I'll let him get up and beyond 500k, trade him down, and I'll quite easily be able to bring in, say, maybe Hearn for Dersma, or someone for Setterfield. I was looking at Mundy, but maybe it'll be Walters or Dunkley. We'll see how we go. But I might be doing that. If that's the case, then I would have 2 playing ruckman, and Gardner could come on for Parker. So it's just a thought, but I would say it's likely I'll probably play with 17 this week. Ideally 18. Stroke of luck could get me to 19. We'll just see what the rookies pan out like. But that's how I went this week. I was really pleased, and I just want to hold on for one more week. No damage done this week, because people had a tough week last week, so just naturally they'll be much, much stronger this week. So we'll see how we go. But I hope you had a decent week. It was tough. It'll be uphill from here. So let me know how you went in the comments. Subscribe away, and I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.